Sometimes you look behind the curtain at a lot of people's relationships and they're just not as peachy as they seem.
Kanye West and Drake are two of the biggest male music artists in the world, and they've been for many years. These two are also known for their beefs with each other, and more just seems to keep happening with them. Today, we will discuss Kanye West and Drake's beefs revealed and everything you need to know. First up, taking his ex out on a date. The first bit of beef we need to cover was pretty early in their feud. Before 2009, these two were actually pretty good friends and worked on lots of music together. They were even set to collaborate on a few projects together, but they fell through. In 2010, Kanye had just broken up with his then-girlfriend Amber Rose, and it was a pretty tough time for the rapper. 2 months later, Drake was spotted out and about with Amber Rose, which presumably didn't go too well between the two, and you can see Kanye being pretty angry about this. Next up, copying Drake's album ideas. At the beginning of 2011, we started to see the breakage of their friendship even more. Kanye and Jay-Z had announced that they were most likely working on a record together. This was going to be a joint project between the two. Drake took to some interviews at the time and made digs at them for stealing his idea for a joint project. Drake was set to have a collaborative record with Lil Wayne at the time, and he felt like Kanye took his idea and made it bigger than he could. This must have really annoyed Drake, as he seemed pretty passive-aggressive in the interviews around the time. Next up is I Want to Be Better. Towards the end of 2011, we saw Drake utter a famous quote from his early career. He was being interviewed about his new album, and Kanye came up in conversation. The rapper decided to talk about what Kanye meant to him and what he wanted to accomplish. He stated, "When I was a kid, trying to figure out what I liked, it was Ye who I related to the most. He was an artist in every sense, from his cover art to his music. Now I would say he is a really great competitor and friend at the same time. My goal is to surpass everything he's accomplished. I don't want to be as good as Kanye, I want to be better." This must have really annoyed Kanye, and it seems like Drake is still on the grind to achieve his goals. Next up is joint record. For a few years after that 2011 interview, we saw nothing much of these two's beef with each other. Nothing was really said in interviews, and the two seemed to be keeping away from each other. But around 2015, we saw these two back on good terms, and even with some possible collaborations in the future. We saw them make up and even feature on the same stage together at one point. Later down the line, in February of 2015, we saw Kanye say that it's possible that he might have a collaborative album with Drake. He stated that it might happen. I guess nothing was certain at the time. Next up is A Bigger Pool Than Ye. The next one was pretty small, but it shows their beef with each other still lurked around, even at this time in both their careers. In early 2016, there was still not even a little sign that this joint album was happening or even in the works at all. In January of that year, we saw Drake release a song called Summer 16, in which he said some weird stuff about Kanye. He stated in the song, "Now I got a house in LA, now I got a bigger pool than Ye. And look man, Ye's pool is nice, mine's just bigger's what I'm saying." This was an odd claim, and even Kanye commented on it. He said in an interview after that, "I have 3 pools." Kanye still has the high ground over Drake, even when it comes to pools. Next up is bringing in other artists during the beef. We are now into 2018 with this beef. Between 2015 and 2018, there were some small beefs between the two, but nothing really that huge. 2018 was a bad year for Drake, and this was due to some diss tracks going on at the time. Drake was having some beef with rapper Pusha-T, and they began throwing diss tracks at each other. This involved Kanye, as in Drake's diss track. He made claims that he had ghostwritten for Kanye at one point. During this beef, we also saw Pusha-T reveal that Drake had a secret son. I guess he even throws disses towards Kanye when Ye isn't even the focus. Next up is Kanye's response response to the beef. Later that same year of 2018, Kanye West finally made his response to the call-out during Drake's diss track. That year, we saw Kanye release his album Ye, and in the song No Mistakes, we saw him finally respond to the beef in a line. Whilst you can take this some other way, it's most likely a reference to Drake. The line is, "Calm down, you light skin." The diss track on Drake from Pusha-T, The Story of Adidon, also references Drake's skin color, so this really seems like a little dig back at the artist. Though Kanye never said anything about this line publicly, it really seems targeted towards Drake. Next up is who told Pusha T about Drake's kid. When it was revealed by Pusha T that Drake had a secret son, the world was wondering how he even got that information in the first place. It was implied in an interview in July of 2018 that Kanye had heard a version of the song March 14th, which revealed that Drake had a son. This song was recorded before the reveal of Pusha T's diss track to Drake. This is why people were led to believe that Kanye West was the one who told Pusha T about the child. Kanye later went on to state that he didn't tell Pusha and had no real business talking about that stuff without Drake's knowledge. Next up is Yeezy 350s. Drake responded to what supposedly happened between Kanye and Pusha T later that year in September 2018. A leak came out of a collaborative song between Drake and French Montana. The song became infamous for a line about Kanye West, which was seemingly a diss back at the artist. The line in the song was, "Keeping it G, I told her don't want no 350s around me." This line is in reference to Kanye West's shoe brand Yeezy and the recently released 350s at the time. Kanye then responded by apologizing to Drake yet again, and then stated he didn't reveal the information about Drake's son. This beef just got worse. And finally, we have leaking Drake's address. Between 2018 and 2021, there were even more moments between the two artists you could classify as beefs, but a recent addition just happened, and it could spark something even worse. Only a few days ago, we saw Kanye West posting about his new listening party for his new album Donda. During all of this, Kanye West posted a screenshot of his phone. In the screenshot, Kanye West accidentally leaked Drake's address to the entire world. How he did this without realizing is unknown, but he leaked a very important piece of information to the world. It's still fresh, so we haven't seen Drake respond as of yet, but he for sure will respond in some manner, maybe even with legal action. Kanye West and Drake seem to be mortal enemies at this point. They've been through so much, and even when they seem to sort out one beef with each other, something else happens. It's happened on multiple occasions where everything seems fine between the two for a year or so, but then something happens to spark their anger and beef with one another. It's doubtful at this point that we will see an official collaboration between the two. Something could be recorded though, and could get leaked at some point in time. This happens all the time in the music industry. It's a great marketing tool for artists to get their new music out there. Drake has been chasing after Kanye West for years now, and it's no surprise he can't really catch up to him in sales or popularity. Kanye West is at the point in his career that no matter what happens, he is timeless. Everyone still loves his early work, even after the train wreck that has been the last few years for the artist. Kanye is someone that's really hard to stop, but Drake is still climbing. Over the past decade or so, Drake has risen so high in the music world. Even if he isn't as popular as Kanye West, he is still one of the biggest male music artists in the world as of 2021. Their beef between each other seems eternal, and it doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. That's the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, let us know down below in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on. Thanks for watching. Bye!